Hmm.
Kasi sa West, they call that superstition.
Ah,
Diba?
ganun na.
They're not very, what they call it, deep in psychomedicine. Check muna. It will be feasible if you have, you download muna what's there. Because what you will do is, if you will construct the scale, you'll have to see what are the dimensions. Ana, you look what's in the literature first about
A similar scale.
in the tsaka yung practices in the Philippines. There's a whole book on this by Li Chao-po. Because you're going to try to capture the dimensions of psychomedicine in the Filipino context as it is used by believers and practitioners.
Okay, next.
But I can introduce you to
So yung first one is about conformity and belief perseverance towards psychomedicine. Just by reading the title, there seems to be an assumption that these things are not legitimate.
Kasi may belief, perseverance,
Yeah.
conformity.
So are we assuming that they're not legitimate, that they cannot heal? There is that bias. If you're operating with a hidden assumption and might not even be aware of it, then the way you will create your study, the design will be biased. So you have to go into the literature and look at these traditional forms of healing. What benefit do they bring to the people, if any? Kasi one, correlation study on euphemism and Filipino values. Sige, so, the way you describe euphemism, sugarcoating, kasi when you correlate, you are using quantitative technique. Ibig sabihin, meron ka bang scale on euphemism? And do you have a scale on Filipino values?
No, euphemism kasi replaces it. Rather than, but it can have an aspect of pahiwatig, but it
But
also
hindi.
replaces the, like if you want to be polite,
Yun.
if you want to be polite, you use a euphemism. You don't want to hurt the person, so you use another set of words that don't hurt so much, but you really mean the same thing. I'm sure there is in Tagalog. Many.
Pero
But
may
I'll have to find out if anyone has done it outside my college.
So, in terms of design, parang di appropriate yung correlation na. Another thing that might be inappropriate if you use a correlational design is euphemism itself. Kasi you said that in the Western context, they have a scale on euphemism. But you're exactly right that it might not be applicable in our culture, di ba? So, kung merong euphemism scale here in the Philippines that's contextualized, then you can use it. But if none, then you might have to create a scale yourself. So kung wala pa, baka naman hindi appropriate ang quantitative study. Baka qualitative is more appropriate to find out more about this tendency of the Filipino to sugarcoat things in order to preserve smooth interpersonal relationships, on Filipino people's vulnerability, gullibility towards scams involving money. Okay. So this is a phenomenon na parang hindi pa yata, I don't know if there are already studies about yung dugo-dugo gang and yung vulnerability toward this. Kasi meron kang dalawang dito, bagay. Yung isa, yung dugo-dugo approach na tatawag, tapos there's one of your family members encountered an accident. But you also said scams toward money. That might be another thing. Like, for example, meron mga scam na attracting people to invest their money. It's entirely different. So you have two phenomena here. And if you create a scale, it must be about just one phenomenon. Actually, yung pinakamahirap talaga at the beginning is to try to conceptualize a research problem for these things na doable ba siya, nakafocus na ba yung variable na gagamitin nyo, ano yung mga assumptions nyo, is it more appropriate to use quanti or quali, marami kang iisipin. Pero basically, the more important thing talaga is to really get to know your problem area first. read as much as you can about it.